It's the craziest thing ever. Flat Earth is the craziest thing, but guess what, dude? It's fucking flat, dude. And everyone is going to find out eventually. No one ever gets into flat Earth and then turns back. You don't. It's like Santa Claus. The only thing that keeps the ball Earth theory together is gravity. That's the only thing. But gravity's never been proven. Gravity's like, oh, gravity's been proven. Look. Gravity. No. Gravity. Like you pick something up with gravity. No. Try doing that to a helium balloon. Then what? What is that? Helium balloon, an anti-gravity spaceship? What about a helium balloon? Can't explain that, can you?
Have we ever recreated gravity in science?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He'll even tell you. He's like there's a famous video. He goes, well, when you talk about gravity, we don't know.
What is gravity?
You have no idea. Okay, next question. You start asking, like, what it is? I don't know.
The theory. It's a theory.
Do you find it interesting?
Number 10. All the other planets and stars we've ever seen are round, and there's no reason to indicate that the Earth should be any different. Number 9. Time zones. Day and night happen at different times at different places on Earth. In fact, it's always day somewhere and night somewhere else. Number 8. The Coriolis effect means freely moving things like cannonballs or hurricane winds are deflected to the right, but only if you're north of the equator. If you're south of the equator, they're deflected left. Number 7. Triangles. If you walk 10,000 kilometers straight along the Earth's surface, turn 90 degrees to your right, walk 10,000 kilometers more, turn right again, and walk another 10,000 kilometers, you'll be back to where you started, having successfully made a triangle with 3 90-degree angles. As any geometry student can tell you, this is impossible on a flat surface. Number 6. The sun, in general, gets lower and lower in the sky as you travel away from the equator, and you can use this to directly measure the Earth's curvature. Pick 2 places a few hundred miles directly north and south of each other, and at noon, measure the shadows cast by a vertical meter stick at each location. You can use the shadow lengths to figure out the angle between the sticks, and once you add in how far apart they are, you can calculate the Earth's curvature. Number 5. The stars at night change as you go north or south. For example, Orion is upside down if you're in Australia. Number 4. Ferdinand Magellan, and many people afterwards, circumnavigated the Earth. That means he left headed west, continued going west, and came back to where he started, still going west. Actually, Magellan was dead, but one of his ships, led by Juan Sebastian Elcano, finished the journey. If you head west and circumnavigate the Earth yourself, you'll be able to tell because you'll observe one fewer sunrise than everyone who stays at home. Number 3. The horizon. Ships on the ocean or tall Chicago buildings viewed over Lake Michigan disappear bottom first. And you can see the sunset twice if you watch it lying down and then quickly stand up. The simple fact is, if the Earth were flat, there wouldn't be a horizon beyond which things could disappear, so from across Lake Michigan you'd be able to see all of Chicago, as well as the Rocky Mountains. Number 2. During a lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth on the moon is curved. And number 1. We know the Earth is round because we have photographic evidence.
Simply put, we live on a flat Earth under a solid dome called the firmament. Around the perimeter of our flat Earth is the continent of Antarctica. All major countries signed a treaty to never fly over Antarctica. You know why? Because then we'd all know the Earth is flat. The sun and the moon are actually way closer than they tell us, and they pass right over our head like a train going by into the distance. No, I've seen pictures of clouds on the other side of the sun. No, I know they're real. The moon does not reflect the sunlight. It gives off its own light. If Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, why didn't it fling off all the ocean water? Not to mention all the people. Nobody from anywhere has an unedited photo of Earth as a ball floating in the sky, in spite of all the satellites and all the telescopes floating around in space. Ships don't disappear over the horizon. They disappear into the mist and the haze hovering over the ocean. Well, water doesn't bend, so there's that. The Bible says the Earth is flat. You gonna believe man or God? If Earth was a ball, why don't mountains just fall off the bottom? You know, gravity is not a fact. It's just a theory. Every image of a curved horizon was taken with a fisheye lens, so of course it's curved. International pilots can tell you all you need to know about our flat Earth. People who live below the equator can't see the North Star because it's too far for them to see it. Mobile applications that identify stars in the sky were built on a spherical Earth model, probably by NASA. If the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, I should be able to fly up in a helicopter straight up for 1 hour and come back down and land in a completely different spot. If the Earth is spinning, going around the sun, and our whole solar system is moving, why do we see the same stars every single night? Stars are not actual objects. They're just points of light.
All right, I've made it all the way here to Pakistan with a singular mission. Once again, I'm at a super high point, higher than K2, to show you that the Earth is truly round. And I definitely don't have my Insta360 with me, but I'm just gonna put this camera way up into the atmosphere and show you the natural curvature. Here we go. This stick is so long, way up there in the atmosphere. I don't wanna hear nothing about no ice wall. That's definitely not an ice wall over there. Woo! Look at that beautiful curvature. Sheesh. Wow, we will.
All right, the sun is just set. I am 15 feet off the ground, and it went behind the horizon. So I'm going to shoot up to 400 feet and see if I can see the sun again. Not changing my distance at all. And I can see the sun again. At 275, 300 feet, I can see the sun. But right now where I'm sitting, I can no longer see the sun. There's 400 feet, still climbing. And I can
Maximum
see the sun.
flight altitude reached.
I can see the sun again at 468 feet. So that means if the sun did not go down, then and it only went far away, then why when I go up, I can see it again? Sorry, flat earthers, you lose. And the sun went back down again. But I can't go any higher because I have exceeded my altitude. Bye.
We started to fall in frequency during World War I. Check it, you gotta watch that video to understand this one. I'm sure if you're in spiritual journey, you ran across this before. Find out that we actually have more land. And obviously we see we're in the middle with the ice walls around us, which is Antarctica. But y'all remember when I told y'all we live in the abyss, right? Which is the eye horse, which is the same map that I have in my pinned videos. That black hole is where we live at. We are not in heaven. We are in their territory. When they invade us, we start to fall in frequency into this black hole. This is how they're able to alter our realities and control us. Like we are literally prisoners. And most people don't even know it.
Of the moon. It doesn't change from night to night, and it doesn't change throughout the night. There is no denying this. You can't shout CGI. You can't cry conspiracy. It's the moon. We can all see it with our own eyeballs. It's there, and it always looks like this. Now let's place the moon above a flat disk and let it float around in the little magic circles you like to imagine. If the Earth was flat, would we all see the same face of the moon? Here is someone standing in one spot looking at the moon. They see this. Here is someone standing in another spot looking at the same moon. They see this too. And this person, and this person. You get the idea. So is this possible? No, because that's not how objects work. People on the opposite sides of an object can't see the same face of the object. Go get two of your little buddies and have them stand on opposite sides of you. Can they both see the front of your face at once? No. A spherical moon over a flat Earth is not consistent with reality at all. So is it two-dimensional with the same face on both sides? Then anyone but these two people would see a different shape. So no. Is it pointing down like a spotlight? Then it would change shape as it passes by and only appear circular when directly overhead. So no. Is there any way we can make this work on a flat Earth? No, there is not. So how, pray tell, do all people see the same face of the moon? Because Earth is a sphere and the moon goes around the Earth. It is tidally locked with the Earth, with one face always pointing towards the Earth. That's why everyone sees the same face of the moon, and that's the only way that everyone can see the same face of the moon. And guess what? The direction the moon is pointing even correlates with the observer's latitude. Isn't that something? Whether at the North Pole, South Pole, or anywhere in between, the orientation of the face of the moon that we all see will reveal your latitude on the spherical Earth. Pretty neat, huh? Maybe one day you'll save up enough allowance that you can leave your mom's basement and see the moon from another part of the world.
Small glimpse of what is beyond the ice walls.
Bunger leans forward in amazement. His eyes have caught a sudden and unbelievable change in scenery. The universal white has turned to chocolate brown, dotted with blue. A cameraman goes into action. 300 square miles of land without snow. Land that might be in New Mexico or Arizona. Pictures alone will prove Bunger has discovered a warm oasis in the shadow of the pole. It is for such supreme moments as this that men brave the hardships of exploration. The astounding, undreamed of fact is that they are over a chain of warm water lakes, whose shores, except for small patches, are free of ice and snow. Commander Bunger circles the largest lake in sight, 5 miles long. He comes in to make a landing. Water temperatures must be recorded. Samples taken. He finds the water fresh, the temperature 38 degrees Fahrenheit. On the shores are vast deposits of coal and of minerals of the utmost importance to civilization. Aside from their headline discovery, Bunger and his men have another good reason.
You have a backup experiment. If you're seeing through this hole, through the next hole, and seeing the light at the backboard, or at 17 feet off the water, the Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. So I should only be able to see it when it's at 17 feet. Okay, go ahead and drive down there, Enrique. You're gonna hold the light there. Enrique, how high is your light?
17 feet.
I mean, it's as, we don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting. Interesting there. That's interesting.
Is the Earth flat? Are we on a stationary disc with a bowl over it? Or are we on a spinning ball hanging from nothing? I'm back with another series on, is the Earth flat or is it round as we've always known it? Now, I think we deserve to know the truth. So now I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to gather and present to you all the information and let you draw your own conclusions. So let's begin this series. Are we on a disc or a ball? Part 1. There's plenty of controversy lately that suggests that the Earth might not be what we've been told, but it suggests that we might be living on a flat Earth. Now, I know it might sound bizarre, but thousands, if not millions of people are coming to the conclusion that the Earth might actually be flat. The theory suggests that we have been lied to by those in power, the elites, and by NASA itself, that man has never stepped foot on the moon, and that our planet is actually flat as a pancake. They say that the Earth is flat with a dome over it, made of a thick glass, and that even politicians have mentioned it. And you know what? I'm here for it. It's been said it's been hiding in plain sight. They've been putting it in our faces. And you know what? I'm gonna cover all of it. Like the peace treaty in Antarctica, what the Bible says about it, when the politicians have told us, the Piri-Reis map, and so much more. So if you haven't already, follow and like. See you soon for part 2.
These people. All right. First, you'll see it there. And I put arrows so you can see. You can clearly make out that it's a fly. Kind of flies around, gets blurred, and then it's in the shot and it's walking, and I think it's on the outside of the glass. Even if it was on the inside of the glass, it couldn't fly around in the space station properly.
Let's revisit the flat Earth map, or the thing they pretend isn't their map, but it totally is because they can't make a map, so they just use this. Embarrassingly for them, this is actually an azimuthal equidistant projection of the globe. That's right, the flat Earth map is a map of the globe, taken from the perspective of looking down at the North Pole and flattening out its surface into a plane so that a three-dimensional surface can be shown in 2 dimensions. That's why everything is distorted with no consistent scale.
Proving Earth is round with a full uncut video of a rocket.